What's up, y'all? Last video of the year for 2019. My first year doing this. YouTube's been fun so far. A lot more challenging than I thought to get content and not just throw a whole bunch of meaningless content at y'all for every little thing that happens. So looking forward, I want to try to get more events covered, more parts installed covered, things like that, and reviews on parts and what I thought. But that's not the topic of the video today. The topic is what's next for the Kia Stinger. Um, Back in September this year, they put out an article saying the Stinger may not come back. Personally, I don't think that's so. And why I didn't make a video on that when it first came out, because I try to keep my ear to what's going on before I jump and make a video on something. Now, I'm not out trying to be the first person to do it. So I said, no, let me wait. And I waited. I think it paid off big dividends on what I'm about to release. I don't know how many people might have put all this information together from about 4 or 5 sites, but here goes. That was September 17, 2019, when they said it may not be another one. And then we move on to October the 21st, 2019. Kia Australia source told Cars Guide that a significant update for the Stinger was due out in the next 18 months. Alright, now every car gets an update, which is called a mid-cycle refresh. That's usually small tweaks to the interior, maybe some exterior tweaks, maybe new wheels, maybe even a new trim line. So that came out October 21st. Next, shortly after that, like 2 days after, October the 23rd, 2019, Hyundai officially announced the 2.5T GDI, which is the new four-cylinder, and the 3.5 GDI, which is the new V6 twin turbo, and an 8-speed DCT, a wet AC DCT. I'm going to post pictures of the 8-speed, or the 3.5, so we can point out a few differences in what they did. Alright, I'm going to place a picture to either side of me. But what I want y'all to notice when I place the picture, you're going to see some yellow caps. You're going to see one on the right and one on the left. Those are the inlets to the turbo. And notice they went away from the air-to-air intercooler to an air-to-water intercooler, and instead of the intake manifold coming in off the side looking like a letter T, it's going to look more like a LS, where it comes down the center and point down straight into the air-to-water intercooler, which is going to shorten the track for the travel for this for the charged air, and should increase throttle response. Question to myself: are they increasing turbo size? The reason I asked that question because with such a short track, they should be to increase the turbo size slightly to produce more power, even though they increased the bore size. But I'm wondering would they increase that also, since the track is so short and they can keep the spool time low as they have had it in the past version. Also, another rumor that I caught from the Kia.com, that's KEEA.com, which is another Korean car blog. They posted that possible changes will come in the second half, which will be the mid-life refresh, and it will probably have some styling tweaks. The interior screen for the GT1 and GT2 and the premium will probably go from the inch to 10.25 inch. Digital cluster gauges and other minor improvements. They also listed that the 2.5 and the 3.5 V6 will probably be pushed into those. And the 8-speed DCT is also listed by them. So that's another thing that confirms my thoughts on that. Another interesting thing, the Sonata is already slated to get the new 2.5. Yes, that's front wheel drive, but still they already pushing it into new models. Also, the Genesis is already confirmed. The G70 Genesis is already confirmed to have the 2.5 listed as a new motor coming to it. I haven't seen anything whether they're gonna keep the 6-speed manual option for that one, but it's definitely coming to the G70. Also, back to the 8-speed DCT, that's going into the GV80, which is the Genesis new SUV. So that confirms that it's a rear wheel drive one. So with that said, I believe the Stinger will be made again. I think this mid-light refresh is really gonna bump it up and make it a more serious contender. The horsepower is going up to about 380, 385. And if you remember or seeing in the dynos of the first one, it put out 365. A lot of people cars personally dynoed at about 330 to 340. So that means, according to everybody else in the calculations, the car really put out about 400 at the crank and they downplayed it. So now with it being at 385 rated, it should put out about 360 to 365 at the wheels now, which would be a good improvement. Most stock cars run 12.9. You have a few that have ran as fast as 12.6. My personal car ran a 12.8, 12.7. And you have some people who run 13.2, 13.3, but I think that's due to D8 and their climate of the track. Maybe some other traction, but that's the range for the car, which is about 5/10, give or take. Also, another thing I want to point out as far as Kia and why I think the Stinger may be struggling. Kia just got too many damn cars that they make. Period. Case in point, they had a Cadenza, Forte, K900, and the Stinger. That's four-door cars that they make and produce. Yes, they're all different sizes and different price range, but I think they need to chop that down to just 3 cars. And the Stinger would, personally, I would knock the Cadenza out and leave the Forte and the Optima and the Cadenza. And the K900. And that I think I left the Optima off of that, including those 4. So it's actually 5. Really 6 now I think about looking at the Rio. The Rio is another small 4-door car. That's just, to me, that's just they encroaching on each other's sales market and bumping into each other, just crowded. Also with that, they have the Nero, which is a small crossover SUV type vehicle, the Sorento, the Telluride, and the Soul. Again, all bumping into each other, similarly priced, similarly sized cars. They gotta cut that out. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing on the Hyundai side of things also. I just don't have a list in front of me. And within those few cars that I named out, the Nero has 3 different versions. You have the gas, EV, and the hybrid. Same thing with the Optima. Gas, EV, and hybrid. All of those things are just fluff to a lineup, which the EV and hybrids not bad to have. I understand that helps with the overall group of gas mileage that they have to come in up under as a group of lineup of cars. But if they cut some of the cars out, that would be much easier to meet for a lineup. But with that being said, guys, thank y'all for tuning in all year and the love that y'all have shown to my channel. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. I'll be looking at other cars possibly in the future. Also, I'll be showing build videos. That's something to come. I have a supercharged G35 I'm about to start back working on. Also, my brother has a supercharged S2K that he's been working on. And I have some footage from that to show y'all. And possibly I can get back to my first build, which is a 94 Nissan Altima. That was turbo. So that's what's coming for 2020 for me. Hopefully y'all are there and y'all are here to watch. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. See y'all next year.